Representative Pam Altendorf here. I wanted to talk to Minnesota today and to my district about what is coming to the House floor tonight. The bill that's coming for a vote is HF 146. I'm going to label this, the Democrats always put a cute name on it, and they are labeling this bill gender affirming care. So that's the cute name, and if you're just looking at a surface level and you think, why would we not support gender affirming care? That is the big mistake, because you need to dive much deeper into this bill. This is just one more of this cute name, gender affirming care, bad idea, terrible idea, evil idea. What this bill is doing for Minnesota, and frankly, I cannot believe they are bringing this to the floor for a vote. Meaning, I cannot believe that Democrats are going to take a vote on this bill. So stay tuned and learn why. Because when they vote for this bill, and I will put it in the comments after this video is done, what this bill does is it makes Minnesota a trans sanctuary state. Now, what does that mean? So if another state is not performing transition surgeries for transgenders, those children could come here. But in our law, it doesn't mean they don't have to have parental consent. So think of all the situations that could be arising in a different state. There could be a divorce, and one parent wants to have a child transitioned from a female to a male, or a male to female, doesn't matter, and they bring them to Minnesota. One parent does in a divorce type situation, and Minnesota will protect that parent and will not extradite them back to their state, will not make them go back to their state. So is that what you want, Minnesota? I'm pretty sure not. In fact, there's numbers in the 80% of Minnesotans that do not want this coming to Minnesota. It puts us in legal predicaments, and why would we want to do that? This bill, and again, I'll post it in the comments, the governor would not be able to extradite a criminal back to the other state, so that could be a parent in a divorce. It also could be a doctor that was doing some sort of transition surgery in another state, and they would be protected in Minnesota. Think about that. A doctor who truly hurt a child, perform malpractice in another state could then come to Minnesota and be protected. The governor would not extradite them. A judge could not issue a warrant for their arrest, and a police officer could not arrest them. That's what this bill is doing. That is what this bill is doing. So please do not let that title, gender affirming care, limit you to really understanding what this bill is doing. And like I said, I cannot believe that the Democrats are bringing this to the floor. That means that each and every House Democrat is going to have to take a vote on the floor tonight and let you know that they support this bill that is going to make Minnesota a sanctuary state. So I ask you, Minnesota, if you have had enough with the crazy, the wild, the just out of touch ideas that are happening here in Minnesota, if you have had enough, then please call these Democrats and show up today if you have time. We are having a prayer service at the Capitol from noon to 2 today. Anyone is able to come to that. Our session starts at 3:30, but we're recommending that you get there by maybe 2:15, 2:30. Bring signs that say protect our children or anything like that, and just be there supporting parents, supporting children. Now, I, as a mother of 5, and many of you all have children, we know very well the difficulties of children growing up, and especially in the teen years, going through puberty. We know these difficulties. We understand that. There is a lot of questions and a lot of things to be debated around this issue. And one that I am very concerned about is transitioning children. It is doing things chemically and surgically that would permanently harm, damage children. Now, we know, and I'm sure you can think of instances as well, but in our life, there's many times as a child that we do something and we change our mind. Just very simply, I thought I wanted to play the saxophone, and I begged and begged for my parents to buy me a saxophone. And after I started playing in band, I didn't like it. Now, I know this is different, but it's something even less serious as a decision to transition, to become the opposite sex surgically. So we have to protect our children. How many of you have gotten a tattoo and regret it later? I mean, we could go on and on and on. And so please, please stand with the children of Minnesota. Please stand with us. Please protect them. And let's put some guardrails and some boundaries around our children. Let's really, really start looking at the harm that's doing to our children. You can easily Google. This is never spoken about, and please listen tonight on the floor. They will say things like, if we do not provide a gender-affirming care, that then some of these children will want to commit suicide. So we're doing it for the children. But that's absolutely a lie. Statistics are showing, imagine a huge surgery of removing your breasts. Sorry to be so graphic. But anyone who's had a double mastectomy knows and understands how serious of a surgery this is, how difficult it is to heal from this surgery. And we're doing this to children? Think about that. So let's protect our children. Stop believing the lies that are being put out there, that this is for children, that this is for their health. This is so deceptive. This is so evil. And today, if you can think of our children, pray for them. Think about, where is the money? The money, follow the money. This is becoming an organization they are profiting off of the drugs that we're giving our children to change them. They are profiting off of the surgeries. And now Minnesota wants to become a trans sanctuary state to allow other people from other states to come here, maybe not even the parents of those children. And then we, the state of Minnesota, will protect them. They could be criminals, and we will protect them in Minnesota. That's what this bill is doing today, and that's why I call it the kidnapping bill, which sounds so crazy, but it truly is. I will post it in the comments. Follow along. Please, it is time to get involved in Minnesota. Evil only exists when good people continue to do nothing. We have to rise up. We can do this, Minnesota. Fight back.